Okay, that's so weird. Hi guys. I don't know if you guys are on here, but we're doing something different today. I'm going live. Court in session. So you guys, I literally came to today's court session late. I'm so behind. So I decided we're gonna just start from wherever it is that they are, and then we'll go back in time later. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna unpause it.
The op-ed was all Amber statements. So the whole thing was her words. The counterclaim statements were Mr. Waldman's quotes in another article that we don't believe, well, that's not in evidence. There's no point arguing about that other than you just have these one or two sentences from Mr. Waldman. So we believe that the jury's going to be confused if we give their instruction and say we cannot read it as a whole. So therefore we can't, follow the jury instruction.
Okay, I can see your point with that. Yes, sir.
I don't think there's anything in there's a lot of instructions here. I don't think there's anything that would indicate they can't find a liability if they're not able to take statements in their proper context, in the context of the entire article. Just thought it would be more appropriately phrased to be mutual, as opposed to obviously applying only to one party.
Well, because yours says you must read the statements, which is true, but you also can take the content in the context as a whole. But you can take the context of the op-ed as a whole, which is accurate. What I could do, if you want, I could keep the op-ed up top for their claim, and then for your claim, we can, in determining whether any of the statements attributed to Mr. Waldman are false and defamatory, you must read the statements. I could keep that in there as the second paragraph. That way way they can't just pull out, because it's accurate law also, that they just can't pull out the word hoax and say, okay, this whole statement.
Agreed.
Okay.
That's fine. Thanks.
Is that okay?
That's fine in concept. I guess I would ask if Your Honor does that to add a clause saying disregarding any redactions on.
Well, it says the statements themselves, statements, and there's, you must read the statements in context as a whole.
Right. So I think, could we say in determining whether any of Mr. Waldman's statements or whatever are false and defamatory, you must read the text of those statements as a whole? The text of those statements in context as a whole or something.
Well, it's kind of, you must read the statement in context as a whole.
You must read, can we say you must read those statements in context as a whole?
You must read those.
Because I just don't want them to
context.
think that it's impossible for them to.
Any problem with just putting those instead of the?
I don't think we have a problem with
that. Okay, in determining whether any of the statements attributed to Mr. Waldman are false and defamatory, you must read those statements in context as a whole. This means you may not seize on any one word, phrase, or image, or consider only one particular statement, phrase, or passage.
Guys, this part of the trial is so boring. I'm literally bored out of my mind. So I'm gonna rewind where I know the T is, okay? Because earlier today, I was looking at what was going on, and I was like, is Amber crying? Literally, Amber was crying on the stand, and I was just like, okay. Okay, Amber, but you know what? Let me go there so that I can have my opinion on the. Oh my God, they even showed bone and stuff. Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Have you testified as an expert before?
Yes, I have.
Can you ballpark for us how many times?
Certainly less than 10 over the past 22 years.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd like to offer Dr. Gilbert as an expert in the field of orthopedic surgery, specializing in the hand.
All right, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
So moved.
So, Dr. Gilbert, what work were you asked to do in connection with this case?
So I was asked to review medical records, radiographs, pictures, as well as testimonies and depositions related to Mr. Depp's finger injury.
Okay. And to your understanding, what is Mr. Depp's explanation of how his finger was injured?
He describes that he was in Australia and his right hand was over the side of a bar when a vodka bottle was thrown at his hand, injuring his right middle finger. And he describes that the vodka bottle exploded.
I believe that.
Are you aware of other explanations for that injury?
There have been multiple other explanations, but I think the one that was brought out was by Ms. Hurd, who believed that Mr. Depp was holding a landline and out of anger was punching it against the wall, and this resulted in his right middle finger injury.
Hmm.
Based on your review of the medical records and other documents in connection with Mr. Depp's finger injury, how would you describe the nature of the injury to Mr. Depp's finger?
Well, the nature of the injury was he had what we describe as a comminuted fracture of the distal phalanx, meaning it was a fracture of the tip of the finger, and comminuted meaning that there were multiple pieces. So this is some type of blunt force with a high mechanism of injury. He also sustained loss of the tissue.
So I actually wanted to talk about this the other day, and I even made notes for it. I just never actually ended up coming to talk about it because it was going to take a while for me to like get ready, get all like cute and stuff. So I don't think what they're saying that Johnny Depp hurt himself makes any sense, right? Because guys, think about it. If I was holding a bottle and I was upset, right? And I like was doing this with like my hand, does not make any sense that it's gonna slice off my finger. No, like you're gonna need speed, first of all. You're gonna need speed and you're gonna need distance for something to cause that much trauma to your hand. Like if he squeezed this, his palm would have been messed up right along with, like, you get what I mean? His palm would have been messed up along with his finger. So you would need somebody to throw something at you for it to like cut your finger off. Like, I don't get it. Anyways, yeah, that's something I want to talk about in a video that I never actually ended up getting to. So, yeah.
Tissue along, it's called the ulnar side of the finger towards the little finger. And this appeared, based upon my review of the pictures, to be some type of sharp laceration because it represented a clean edges of the wound.
Can you take a look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 60? And pull up to go to page 3. And Dr. Gilbert, are you familiar with this document?
Yes.
And what is it?
So these are two radiographs, x-rays of Mr. Depp's finger, his middle finger.
Okay. Sorry, just to stop you, but Your Honor, may we publish this to the jury as a demonstrative?
Any objection?
Okay.
All right, we'll identify it as 60, page 3, and publish to the jury.
And Dr. Gilbert, sorry to cut you off
Hello.
there. Can you just tell the jury what we're looking at here in this X-ray?
Two
Nice to
x-rays
see you.
of Mr. Depp's right middle finger after the injury, and towards the tip of the finger, there's a fracture, again, what I described as a comminuted fracture, meaning there are multiple pieces at the tip. There's also a transverse component to the fracture closer to the joint.
Exactly what I was saying with the speed and distance. Like, that's not going to happen because you just squeezed a bottle in your hand. Oh, wait, I forgot to put my face on here. Yeah, like, that's not just going to happen because you, like, squeezed a bottle. That doesn't make any logical sense. But let's keep watching.
In your view, what types of mechanisms can cause this sort of injury?
So this is a mechanism injury that has high velocity or force, generally a crush type injury. A simple fall would not result in a comminuted fracture such as is seen in these x-rays.
Mm-hmm.
And we're using the term comminuted fracture. Can we just define that quickly for us?
So again, comminuted, and it's not particular to a finger, is a medical term for a fracture that has multiple fragments.
In your opinion, could this injury have been sustained in the manner Mr. Depp described?
I do believe so.
And how might that work? How might a thrown vodka bottle produce an injury like this?
So vodka bottle, which is a hard object, would have crushed the tip of the finger, resulting in the comminuted fracture. And in addition, as the vodka bottle broke, the glass would have lacerated the finger, resulting in the soft tissue loss that was also seen with this injury.
What's your assessment of the description of the cause of the injury offered by Ms. Heard?
I think that's highly unlikely.
And why is that?
Because one, in general, when an injury is caused by punching against a wall or a hard object, it is extremely rare to see an injury to the tips of the fingers, which is seen with Mr. Depp's injury. Generally, you're holding something with a fist, and that in general leads to injuries most commonly of the knuckles here, or fractures of the metacarpals. We call these boxer fractures.
Exactly.
Second most common after those would be injuries to these. But as you can see, if you're holding something and hitting against something, it is very unlikely that the tips of the fingers will be injured.
Exactly what I said. See, I didn't even know that it was the tip of the finger that was actually hurt. I thought like his entire finger was kind of severed, but exactly my earlier point, like that doesn't actually make any sense. Now, like the doctor was explaining, how is this gonna like cut off the tip of your finger? Like it doesn't make sense. And I feel like Amber or anybody that wants to be a compulsive liar, it's really important that the lies make sense, at least be brilliant in that there is no disputing what you're saying. But the thing is, Amber's lies don't make any sense. They're so easily disproven, which just makes her a terrible liar. Like she lies a lot, but it makes her a terrible liar because they're just so easily disproven. I cannot wait to get to her testimony. I already watched a bit of it, which is why, I was like, you know what, let me go live. But yeah, I watched a bit of it and I just want to get to that because this is boring me. But yeah, y'all get the gist. Also, thanks all 8 of you who are here. I'm very happy. This is my first live ever on this channel.
In addition, just taking into account the radiographs and the pictures of the injury, I would not believe that solely a blunt force against a wall would result in the soft tissue loss.
What other injuries, if any, would you expect to see on Mr. Depp's hand if the injury had occurred as Ms. Heard described?
So if that were the cause of the injury, you would that would be a dorsally directed. So this is the dorsal in the back of the hand as opposed to the palmar side. So if you're punching against something, you would certainly expect an injury to the nail bed. And those are always seen in those type of injuries. If there is an injury.
Or how the.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm done with that part. Okay, I'm done with that part because I already know the truth of that matter. Like I said, if you just got into the live now, what I had said earlier was the fact that there's no way Johnny Depp could have hurt himself, because for that kind of injury, you're gonna need speed and you're gonna need distance. Like if something is thrown from a bit of a distance and it's also very fast, it would make sense that your fingers like chopped off, right? Not like you squishing it and then your fingers chopped off. Doesn't make any sense. Also, his palm would have had injuries if that's what he did to himself, And yeah, I'm gonna just skip over that so we can get to the good part, at least the good part that I want. And there's 10 of you here. What? That's insane. Anyways, yeah, let me know like where you guys are from, where you guys are streaming from, and what do you guys think about the case? I want to know your thoughts. And I'm gonna skip over find Amber because that's what I want. But yeah,
File is stored on a hard drive, and it examines the ones and zeros in a manner that gives every file a digital fingerprint, essentially, and identifies the uniqueness of the file.
Also, before we get any further, I want to tell y'all something. So earlier in the day, I watched like some sort of expert was being asked about Amber's pictures, right? I want to find that part. And he was like, Amber's pictures were not edited and there's no way to prove that. And then the question was literally like, okay, these pictures were taken on the same day, at the same time, in the same second, in the same everything, and they look different. How is that possible? And this man was like, well, I'm not able like to speak to that because I don't know what the metadata says. And it's like, what? Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about that because I think this is the guy that's talking right now. So yeah. Let me see. I just want to find Amber. Okay, maybe we can watch a little bit about him. Let's watch a little bit.
And what, if any, applicability does hashing have to the visual appearance of data?
Hashing has nothing to do with the visual appearance. For example, if I had a Word document that I printed and then saved, therefore I haven't visually changed the Word document, the metadata of that Word document indicating that I printed it would be different, and therefore that Word document would not hash to the version that I used before printing.
Can you give any examples of digital photographs that visually appear the same, not hashing?
I believe Mr. Neumeister included 3 of those in his demonstratives yesterday, 3 side-by-side photographs that looked visually the same but did not hash. It made sense that they wouldn't hash. Each of them had different file sizes. And a file size can change for a photograph depending on what you do with the photograph. So for example, maybe you want to take that photograph and email it to somebody, and on your phone, you choose to.
But you guys, the fact that these people are trying to prove like things that are not even making sense, I feel like some of these experts should have like not been experts in this case, because I imagine they're getting paid, right? I didn't even know the experts gets paid. That's something new that I learned. And this is my thoughts on that. Like, if you're going to be an expert for something, at least be an expert for something that makes sense. Like, don't come on the stand and start arguing about things that don't make any sense, such as arguing for the fact that Amber's pictures are not edited, when even a 3rd grader can tell you that that's the same picture, first of all, okay? And second of all, they can also tell you that that picture is also edited, okay? Like, why are you coming to be an expert about that when you, it's not making sense. It's not, but I digress.
You use a small, medium, or large, or different size of the photograph when you email. When you send that email with that photograph, you change the hash.
Found the photograph.
I agree that they were visually different, yes.
Right. So there are 2 visually different photos that were created at the exact same hour, the exact same minute, the exact same second as each other, correct?
And that's what the daytime metadata shows, yes.
Yeah, so earlier, guys, this is literally what I was talking about earlier. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, it don't make any sense. How do I even like make this visually, like, so you guys can see like the dates? Everything was literally the same, and this man was arguing like, how are you an expert? He was talking like he was literally playing dumb. Like, how are you gonna play dumb like this? Like, what do you mean? Anyways, let's get back to it.
And the metadata shows something else too. They have the exact same file name, don't they, sir?
Yes, but that's not embedded metadata.
Right. How would you have this jury decide which one is real?
I think you would need to look at the software metadata field, which I haven't looked at. I don't recall if I looked at for this particular field, but I think that's what even Mr. Neumeister said, that you need to look at the software metadata field.
But we have 2 photographs entered into evidence in this court that have the same identifying information, but in your view, look visually different, correct?
I don't agree that they have the same identifying information. I don't see a software metadata field here.
The identifying information includes the hour, minute, and second they were taken, this picture were taken.
I see that.
No further questions.
All right, and just for the record, since we already have 712 and 713 in evidence as redacted, now this will be 712 and 713A. So 712A and 71213A are now.
Yeah, so guys, that's basically what I was saying about how this man was acting like he is not seeing the same thing that we're seeing. Like, don't be an expert if common sense is not like part of your
On evidence, just to keep the record clean, okay?
you dig.
All
Thank
right,
you, Your Honor.
redirect.
Mr. Acker, you just mentioned embedded metadata. What is that?
Embedded metadata is metadata inside a file. I talked earlier about the date printed.
That Amber Heard tested the most extreme category in all of these different tests. Is that accurate?
Objection compound.
Overruled.
That is not accurate. They were not on the checklist. I mean, people sometimes do. They go, all the time, this happens to me all the time, frequently. And that is not how she endorsed these tests. She endorsed them in a very moderate way, in a very nuanced way, describing her symptoms that I determined was accurate and reliable.
All right, thank you, Lee.
So that next part was quite boring. It was honestly Amber's expert literally talking about the fact that Dr. Curry was wrong in her assessment. And guys, I feel like if you watch my channel, then you already know what my stance is, but I have a very strong feeling that Amber's actually going to win this case, because I also made a video about how Johnny Depp like needs to win the case, like the kind of things that he has to prove, right? And I found that it was kind of tricky, like whether Amber Heard was outside of her First Amendment right for that article, and you know, whether she wrote it and whether like there was malice. Like I find that we as the public can see, right? But I don't think the juror has access to all these videos and all these connections and stuff like that. So like, I don't know. But back to this whole doctor thing, right? Dr. Curry, there was a conflict of interest there that I think would affect the outcome of the case, right? So Johnny Depp had lunch with the expert, right? That is an obvious conflict of interest, because y'all know each other on like a different level. You can just say whatever. So that just brings doubt onto her testimony. What? There's 20 of you guys? What? Anyways, on top of that, her testimony being less believable because they have a relationship, she's also not board certified, something like that. So even her expertise is kind of not as good as the rest of the doctors. So that just makes it a bit complicated. So yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts. There's 22 of you and none of you are letting me, 25 of you, and none of you guys are letting me know your thoughts. I'm upset. Oh, hi. Hi, Toby. Yeah, so that. And let me get to Amber. Let me get to Amber's testimony, because guys, that was this testimony that was, sending me. Okay, like I was listening to her and I was like, I just like actually listening to Amber talk for some reason. So yeah. 34 of you. What? I'm losing my mind. I think I'm losing my mind. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, be seated. Your next witness.
Coming up.
Your Honor, defendant calls Amber Heard.
All right, Ms. Heard, if you come to the stand, please.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Water.
Can't wait for this.
Thank you, ma'am. And just a reminder, you're still under oath, okay?
Of course, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, your question.
Does Amber care that she's under oath? She's lying.
Amber, just to orient you and the jury, at this time, we are in the rebuttal to your counterclaim against Mr. Depp. So I'm going to confine my questions to that, okay?
All right.
How have you suffered publicly as a result of the Depp-Waldman statements?
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
I am harassed, humiliated, threatened every single day. Even just walking into this courtroom, sitting here.
Okay, I have something to say about that. Okay. I honestly do not agree with the people that are bullying Amber. As much like as I'm not team Amber, because obviously the evidence, what we've seen, right? I always like to say we did not live with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. We do not know them personally, so we cannot speak to their character or the person that they are. Also, as a friend, right? You do not know anyone unless you have lived with them. So truthfully, only Amber Heard and Johnny Depp know what happened in their relationship. Only two of them know the absolute truth of that. We do not know that. But based off of the evidence that we have seen, right? Amber kills me. Okay? Amber just makes me laugh a little too much. Now, when she's talking about, she has been harassed and all these things, people that are harassing her, that's not a good thing. But on the other end of that is this. Amber Heard has caused some of these things for herself, right? If she wanted peace and she wanted to move on with her life, she could have very easily got a divorce, called it quits, never talked to that man again, never saw that man again, moved on with her life. But that's not what she did. She went talking about him in the media, which it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And that is exactly why this is all happening. So you can't cry wolf and be like, all these things are happening to you. They would not have happened to you had you not made a specific choice, right? Had the video not been leaked to TMZ and then her saying that Johnny Depp's people did it, that does not make any sense because that entire video was literally painting Johnny Depp as crazy, right? Keke Palmer, who is that man? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't get this. Play Keke Palmer, who is that man? I don't get that. But with like whatever I was saying, like this would absolutely not be happening had she not made specific decisions knowingly, rationally, with intent, right? You intended to tweet that article, you intended to write those articles, and no one would be harassing you otherwise. None of us would have known what went on inside that marriage if she did not bring it to the forefront. So how are you saying, you want to move on with your life and all these things that are happening when you are the one that brought it? You brought it to all of us. You gave us these videos. Amber has both of them, I would say, have given the world ammunition to bully them. If you didn't give the ammunition, no one would have it. That's just my 2 cents. Okay, that's just my 2 cents on the matter. But let's get back into Amber's testimony.
In front of the world, having the worst parts of my life, things I've lived through, used to humiliate me.
I honestly like to be kind to people, but while I started this, I'm gonna say I'm being purely logical. Okay, I'm not coming from a place of emotion with anything that I'm gonna say. Amber is saying things that she's been through in her life being used to humiliate her. I don't think that's true. No one is humiliated. I've not seen anyone humiliate Amber with no basis. Like, they are humiliating you because they heard you on audio hit someone and say, I didn't punch you, I hit you, right? I don't get that. And then you came on the stand and said, don't hit women, I never hit women. And then you also came on the stand and said, I've never assaulted Johnny. I've never assaulted Johnny. But there's actual evidence of you doing it. You dig? So no one is harassing or humiliating you because of what you've been through. And I think that's really like manipulative to stand there and say that that's what's happening, to try and evoke emotion out of the jury, because that's not what's happening. No one is humiliating you because of what you've been through. That is 100% false. You are being called names because of your actions, because of things that you have done, because of evidence that you collected. Guys, we cannot forget that Amber Heard collected this evidence herself. She recorded this stuff, right? And it just so happened that it made her look bad. That's all that's happening. I've not seen people bully Amber. Like, I've seen them say that she's a liar. And the evidence points to that. The evidence points to that. Anyways, somebody said, who do you think is going to win? Okay. Who do I think is going to win? I don't know who's going to win. I feel like Amber Heard might win this case despite what the public thinks. And the reason why is a few reasons. The jury does not have access to a lot of the things that we have. And I don't know if they're going to come to an analysis the way a lot of other people have. And Amber has been like doing a lot of like emotional, emotion. Do you know people like that? They do something wrong, then they'll like use emotion to like get you. And Amber has depended on using her emotion throughout this case. Okay? To like be like, no, like I had to defend myself from him. I had to. Like everything that she's done, she turned it around into I was defending myself. He attacked me, and he attacked my sister, and I had to defend her. I don't know what I did. I don't even remember what I did. I was just so angry. That's how she's going about this. She's not actually using fact like, hey, this is the evidence. This is this. No, she's using purely emotion, just like she is doing here. Okay. And not only that, I heard that the judge is actually friends with Amber's lawyer. So you never know there. And guys, just women, when it comes to like women, a lot of people, or even the jurors might take into account that Amber's a woman, right? The strength level in a fight between her and Johnny Depp would be very different. Like the strength level is different. That's that part. Why I think she'll win. Then why Johnny Depp will win? I'm not sure. I had some notes. Maybe I should find them. And in my notes, I was literally talking about how I just don't know whether Johnny Depp. Oh, I actually made a video about it too. So you guys can go on my channel and find the video that says why Johnny Depp may lose this case. I took the time to talk about that because I don't know if Amber Heard was not within her amendment rights when writing that article. Also, Johnny Depp's lawyers have to prove that Amber Heard did what she did with malice. Like, not only malice, but with the knowledge that it was malice. Do you get what I mean? Like, you have to prove that she did this knowing she was lying and knowing that it would hurt him and did it anyway. And I'm not sure if they have proved that. Like, I know Camille Vasquez like did a good job, but I do not know if it's been proved to the extent that it needs to be proven. You dig? Yumi said, you go, girl. Hey, thank you. If the arguing and abuse begin from honeymoon, why she stayed with him. Exactly. And I actually have a video coming on that. On their honeymoon, he had a black eye. Like, I'm just confused about Amber is, like, I'm sure that their relationship, like I said, we were not there, y'all. We were not there. So we can't speak to what happened in there. We can only speak to the evidence that has been presented, right? Amber, the man had a black eye on the damn trip. She never had any bruises, anything like, she never did. It was always him. And for the times that she said that she had those bruises, they were not real. Or the lip thing, I also have a video on my channel, if you want to go look at that, where I debunked the fact that she said Johnny Depp punched her with rings on her mouth and split her mouth open. But then I found her in multiple instances during court, as well as just in general life, actually picking her lips and peeling them, which caused what she was talking about. Because if somebody punched you and punched you with rings, your lips are not gonna like have a cute cut. Okay, they're going to be, it's gonna be bad. Okay, so yeah, where is Johnny at? I have no idea, Billy Bob, where Johnny's at. According to the videos of Johnny's apartment, and witness testimony, Amber was so frightened of Johnny, she used his apartment to bring her boyfriends and senators over whilst married to him. Janet, exactly that. I agree with you. I have talked about this also in like a plethora of videos. Like, if you are scared of someone, you're not going to react like that. You're not going to go back to their apartment. You are not going to even talk to them like that. During the court, they used battered woman syndrome to say that that's what Amber Heard has. But that's incorrect, because battered woman syndrome is literally another word for learned helplessness. That's literally what happens when you are in a marriage or a relationship and like it's really abusive, you don't know what to do. And those kinds of women, most of the time, that is used as a defense when like women kill their husbands that have obviously been abusing them. Amber, if you hear all those videos, Amber was not scared of Johnny. Guys, imagine if you are scared of your husband. Would you talk to him like that? Would you punch him and then be like, I didn't punch you, I just hit you? You're not gonna talk like that, are you? No, you're not gonna talk like that. When he talks, you're gonna shut up because you know the consequences is getting beat up. But Amber talked to that man like he was dirt, okay? Talk to him like he was scam of the earth. That's not a woman who is scared. Another aspect of this is you will not put a restraining order on someone because you are scared of them, because you are fearful for your life, and then go ahead and visit them and then be like, just hug me. I just want you to hug me. Like, that does not make any sense because you are scared for your life. Okay. Another thing, when you are frightened of someone, when it comes to what was that, being off guard around them, like in court, she like was frightened when like she saw Johnny Depp and acted like she was scared. But that's not how that actually works. When you have been a victim of abuse, especially the person who has abused you, you're going to always be on high alert. You're not going to let your guard down to be surprised that they're there. No, your guard is up because for you that's danger, danger, danger. You're not going to be startled that they're there because of that. So this person said, yes, you would. I know it because I was working with abused women. I'm not sure which aspect you're speaking on here, so please clarify and then we can chat about it. Like the court is still going on live stream. How come he or Amber isn't there? Yeah, I'm actually on live right now. It's just I pause it like to talk to you guys. Yeah, I know narcissists are another kind of abuser. Yes, I know that correctly. Which is why I'm saying that they're both probably have tendencies. Like we all have narcissistic tendencies, but when you're scared of somebody, I'm telling you, Amber, they probably were both, not perfect. They were both abusive to each other in very different ways. But this is going off of the evidence that we do have, and that evidence points towards one person being physically abusive. And this person also has so many recordings of the other person, right? You just have to go on my channel to find the evidence of Amber actually doing things to point towards Johnny Depp being guilty, except she didn't realize that she was recording evidence against herself. So yeah. When the videos came out during the case of her having those visitors over, who do you think would have been feeling humiliated? For God's sake, the man was footing the bill for all her friends. Exactly this, Janet. I've also talked about this like so many times. Ma'am, this man, her friends were there. Like, he was like taking care of so many people. And let me tell you, it does not make sense that you're scared of your husband, but you're still there and everybody around you is leeching off of him. That's not going to be how it is. And a big thing that can show you a little bit of insight is the fact of how Amber talked to Johnny Depp. When you are scared of your abuser, you know how to act. You will not act out because there's consequences to acting out. And Amber acted out a lot. Like the things that she was saying, it seemed like he was the one that was quiet. He was one that would try to be calm. She would instigate. And again, for all the Amber Heard supporters, this is going off based off the evidence we do have, not based off of any theories, because we were not a fly on the wall in their relationship. We were not. We just have what we do have. And what we do have points to Amber Heard lying a lot, not like a baby bit, not like here and there, like a lot. Okay. Did you see how Amber would get scared when Johnny was walking up to stand near her? Amber was not getting scared. Can I tell you why? Because that caught her off guard. Goes back to me saying the fact that when you've been abused, you learn to be on guard all the time, especially around your abuser. Especially during court, Amber Heard is looking straight at him. She's glaring at him. When you've been abused, your body language, your demeanor, you don't probably want to look at them. Like you don't want to like upset them. That's not what Amber has. But there is a possibility that she was abused, because I believe that somebody cannot beat you up for 6 years straight and never once did you shove them. Did you like retaliate ever? That I don't know. An abuser isolates you, not wanting you to see family and friends, not have them live next door. Janet is on our roll today. Janet is on a roll. Exactly. Like, exactly that. Exactly that. A narcissist can attack you in the second, be sweet to you. I know that because my dad was like that. Mom would be angry and confront him, and he would be like, don't be so mean to me. Yes, I 100% agree with you. 110%. But when it comes to like a narcissistic person, don't you think that both of them do have narcissistic tendencies? And this very example that you have given actually points more towards my case. Remember the video of Johnny Depp slamming stuff and slamming cupboards? I actually have it on my channel. Do you remember that? Okay. Now, if you remember that video, then you do know that Amber Heard was like, Johnny, why are you so upset, Johnny? Why are you so upset? Don't be. But whole time she's recording him retaliate. Remember that? So your point proves exactly what I'm saying. Because they were arguing all night and Johnny Depp was upset and she was trying to pretend like everything was okay. So that's something that we can think about. Although Heart XX Black, I do also understand your point. I understand where you're coming from. And I know what you mean. And I know it to be true. But when it comes to Amber, I've not seen enough evidence of this phenomenon play out anywhere. Y'all are tiring me all out. I can't believe you. So many people came. Wow. Thanks for coming. The talking. Okay, let me drink some water. When you have abuse, you feel intimidated by them and don't want to make exactly. Which we see this in Johnny Depp while Amber's glaring right at him, right? Silver said, yep. Also, you guys don't forget to subscribe and like this video, because if you like it, YouTube would recommend it to other people. Silva, right? Billy Bob. I like your name, Billy Bob. She's such a liar. I kind of feel bad for Elaine, her lawyer. Guys, I feel so bad for her lawyer as well, because she doesn't have a lot to go off of. Imagine if Elaine came with evidence. You know, the case would be better for her. But literally, Elaine having such a hard time and so frustrated that she starts to become unprofessional. I posted a video about that too. Like, starts to become unprofessional because the case is just not going the way it's supposed to be going. Okay. I don't say she is a saint. She tried to get back at him, that's for sure. Yes, I agree with this. And let's get back to this video. We took a big break. But yeah, I like the dialogue that we're having.
People want to kill me, and they tell me so.
That's not right.
Every day. People want to put my baby in the microwave, and they tell me that.
Yeah, when it comes to this part, I do want to say that's not right. Like, the people that are taking it that far need to understand, like I keep saying, you can talk about something and you can critique someone without dragging them, calling them names, and depressing them. It's fine to call Amber Heard a liar, but it's not good to like take it so as far as death, right? Because we must remember that we are not in this relationship. We're not. We were not there. I wish I was a fly on the wall, and I imagine we all wish we were flies on the wall so that we would know the absolute truth. But the truth is, there's three sides to every story. Johnny's side, Amber's side, with a bit of spices and salt, and then the absolute truth, which the absolute truth we can never get to. Janet said, Johnny can't look at Amber, but like you said, she glared at him. That's not someone who's scared of a person. Another thing, she pledged money into charity, fooling us all. I also made a video about that. Oh my God. Y'all. I don't know if her XX Black is still here, but I want to make a point that I think will help you understand what I'm saying. And it connects to what Janet just said, right? A narcissist will blame you for everything that goes wrong. On the stand, Amber Heard was asked, did you donate the money? She said, yes. I did not donate it all at one time. I was donating it in small installments because that's how I got my divorce money, right? Then as time went on, they kept asking her. She said, no, I pledged. No. I pledged the money. I pledged the money. I pledged. Then when we came to the fact in court that Amber Heard lied, right? We came to the fact that she lied. She did not donate the money, but she pledged it. She went on to say it's Johnny's fault. She was like, no, I couldn't donate the money because Johnny sued me. Understand. Now that's a narcissist. Amber was incapable of seeing that what does Johnny have to do with this? You said you would donate money. You didn't donate it, but somehow in your head, Johnny has something to do with it. That is a classic narcissist because they cannot take accountability. Amber could have just said, yeah, I didn't donate the money. Honestly, I wanted to, but I didn't. Because it's okay that you didn't donate it. Fine, that's okay. But you were lying. After lying, you went and brought Johnny into it. That doesn't make any sense. You went on to blame him for why you did not donate money that you pledged after saying you did donate it. In England, she also said in a whole different thing in England that she did donate that money, but that was a lie. But when she was caught in that lie, somehow Johnny Depp was responsible for it, even though Johnny Depp sued her 13 months after she made that pledge. That means if Johnny truly affected it, you would have been making your payments as you promised until you were sued and then said, hey, I actually need the money, right? But that was not the case. So that is a classic example of a narcissist, right? Hence why I said what I said. And Heart XX Black, I hope like that makes sense. I feel so sorry for her baby. This will bully this poor child, I can imagine. Exactly. Honestly, I feel really bad for her as well because the child is innocent. The child did not do anything. She is not part of this. And again, we cannot bully Amber or anyone for that matter because we do not know, guys. We were not there. All we have is evidence. Yes, you are, and love Johnny Depp. I don't know. I like his acting, but I'm not like I'm only on his side, obviously, because evidence points to that. Not because I love him so much and I'm just gonna hate Amber. That's not good due diligence, and I don't think it's good to do that all the time because when we do that and we're so biased, sometimes we will miss the truth and we will accuse people of things they didn't do. Just like when this initially came out, all the hate Johnny Depp got and how his life was literally ruined because people were biased when they could have just chose to stay in the middle until they had more information. Yeah, dig. I really like this dialogue, guys. Okay, let's get back to this.
Johnny threatened, promised me that if I ever left him, he'd make me think of him every single day that I lived.
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive.
All right, I'll sustain the objection as to that. If you want to ask the question.
Amber, how did Mr. Depp's statements and threats to you that you were discussing, how do those continue to manifest themselves today?
In the harassment and the humiliation, the campaign against me that's echoed every single day on social media and now in front of cameras.
When it comes to this part, y'all, I'm going to head back to what I said earlier, which was this. Amber, you cannot play victim about something you started. You started it. You are the reason we're here, right? So I don't understand what she's going through, but another thing Amber could do, honestly, is just turn off her phone, delete your social media for a while so that you can have, a better mind space. You could do that. And I strongly believe that if Amber did not lie, if Amber was not caught in any lie, Amber would not be getting all this hate. And she should not say that Johnny is doing this whole campaign against her because that's what she said in a whole different court day. She was like, Johnny sent his million. Oh, I actually think it's this one where she was like, Johnny sent millions of people to her. I have not seen Johnny send millions of people to her. But you know what? Let me not bore you with this. Let's keep watching, and then I'm gonna read some comments and we'll do our thing.
In this room, every single day I have to relive the trauma. My hands shake. I wake up screaming. I have to live with the trauma and the damage done to me. My friends have to live with a set of unspoken rules about how to not scare me.
Objection, hearsay.
How's that hearsay?
Unspoken rules.
Overruled.
Good.
About how to not touch me, not to surprise me. My intimate partners have rules about how they can deal with me, how they can touch me. I have rules for doctors and medical professionals I see, gynecologists I see. I live my life with these sets of rules that I have to follow, my friends have to follow for me not to have a panic attack or a triggering event where I relive the trauma. Even if I'm training to do my movie, for instance, if I'm training for Aquaman, a combat scene and a trigger happens, I have a meltdown and have to deal with that. The crew I work with have to deal with that because of the damage I walk around with every single day from what I've lived through, from what I've survived. I'm not sitting in this courtroom snickering. I'm not sitting in this courtroom laughing, smiling, and making snide jokes. I'm not. This is horrible. This is painful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
This is humiliating for any human being to go through. And perhaps it's easy to forget that, but I'm a human being. And even though Johnny brought...
Okay. Let's deal with that like 2 minutes that she talked. I will say I'm sorry that she's going through this. Truly, I feel sorry for her because she may have done bad things, but she's still a human, like she said, and she has emotion. Although, like I said earlier, because there's a lot more people now than when I started the live, I did say that a reason I think Amber will win is she is using emotion, right? She is using reverse psychology. Think about it. When someone evokes your emotion, we're human. The one thing we all have is emotion. Despite your race, your color, your weight, whatever, we have emotion. So if I cry, you're going to be like, she must be telling the truth, right? It's just human nature. And that's what Amber has relied on throughout this case, right? Although it's like, really, Amber, you could just turn off your phone. Like, you can just delete these things and don't look at them. But Amber gives me the vibes of somebody who likes hearing her name. So she probably searches herself up, which is not good for her mental health. Also, before I read some comments, don't forget to like this video and subscribe because that helps the channel out a lot. And let me go through these and then we can chat about Amber after. What also does not make any sense is she said the police got it wrong when they said no damage to their apartment and there were no injuries. At that point, it was Amber's word against the police. Yeah, I think that's what it's been throughout this case. It's mainly been Amber's word. And I think it would be better for Amber if she had somebody back her up. Even one person who can say, yeah, she called me this one night and Johnny had done this and she had to come stay over at my house. But how were you beat black and blue? Your nose was broken. No medical attention did you get? Like, it's a broken bone. Like, do you guys get what I mean? Like, XX Black, I don't know if you're still here, but do you get what I mean? Like, it's a broken bone. You can't hide that. You can't go on with a broken bone. You can't go on with your life. Just like we saw when Johnny Depp's bone broke, he needed medical attention. He needed it fixed. But we have no evidence of this when it comes to, hey, Pennywise the dancing clown. You guys, Pennywise the dancing clown, I don't know who this is, but they're a great supporter. They're literally on every single video that I do post. But, back to this, comment. Like, there is no proof, Amber. And it would help if Amber had any proof, especially considering Amber is the one who brought this to the attention of the public, right? She also recorded half the stuff that have been used against her. Imagine. She thought recording Johnny, hiding cupboards, and drinking early in the morning would be bad for him. But she did not realize what she was saying. She was instigating a fight with him. You dig? She was instigating a fight. Now, years later, that looks bad on her. Because, guys, if you see somebody's upset, right? They're hitting stuff. They're drinking early morning. As a loving wife, wow, your brain cells say, record this. No, Amber recorded that with the intent to use it for something, right? And how would it get leaked? Like I said earlier, for the people that just came, guys, just why would Johnny Depp leak something like that about himself? That makes him look bad unless it's analyzed and you hear what she's saying. It makes him look like a crazy nut job who's waking up in the morning, banging stuff, kicking stuff, yelling, right? But that's all I'm going to say. You can't do something to yourself and then cry wolf. It don't make no sense. Now, her XX Black, that's a good point. Never like Johnny or be fun in the court. It's easy to be in a good mood if you are not the one who was abused. Yes, that's true as well. Penny, I want a balloon. Wasn't she the one giving an interview to the Sun without mentioning his name, and Johnny therefore lost the case against the Sun? When did she really mention his name? When did this start? So I can tell you the tea about this whole thing, right? Amber came out in 2016. I think, was it 2016? She came out and said, Johnny did this to me. Johnny abused me. Johnny SA'd me with a bottle. She just said all these allegations. Don't forget, this is the person that is here saying, I want to move on with my life. I want peace. No, Amber, you don't want peace. You want problems always, because that's what you brought. If I want peace, I've been abused. I'm going to run as far away from that person, and I'm not going to speak to them again. I'm not going to go to the news and let them know all these things. I'm gonna go get myself some therapy and do what I need to do to heal. That's not what Amber did, though. Okay, that's not what she did. Now, with the whole interview thing that you're saying, she came and said that Johnny did all these things to her, and then came and wrote an article in 2018 standing out for women, whatever. And then she said it was a general article. Now, if you go on my channel, she actually said that first of all, she wrote the article. Then she said, no, I didn't write the article. Then she said, no, I just retweeted the article. Y'all see why it's draining? Amber, she does not stick to any one thing. After saying that, then she said, no, it's not about Johnny. But logically, remember, we're using our brains, right? In 2016, you said Johnny did all these terrible things to you, right? Johnny did all these things to you. 2018, you write an article about it, or you tweet it, whatever it is that in Amber's head she did, right? How don't you see a correlation? How can you say it's not about him? What other man has Amber came out to say abused her? Nobody. Which is why you cannot say that she didn't mention his name, so it can't be him. She didn't have to mention his name, because 2 years prior, she had accused him for a bunch of things, really, really bad things, and he ain't do nothing about it. You dig? Okay. Now, when your next question was, when did this start? Okay, so I already explained all of that. And during the court, I can show you a video on my channel where she was questioned. And she was like, you know what? Not just Johnny. She was asked, you know what, XX, if you're still here, you know what? Let me go on my channel, and then I will add it to this stream. You guys can keep dropping your comments, subscribe, like the video. Okay, like the video while I find that video on my channel so that I can show you how it was about Johnny. I will show you, because I think the best way for me is to literally show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about, because otherwise, the sense is not going to be making the sense that it's supposed to be making. So let me just find that video, and I'm going to put it here, and we can talk about it, because you're going to see her admit basically everything. Not like everything, but she did say not just Johnny, which honestly proves the point. So let me attach this. Y'all, you're going to have to give me a sec. had, guys, stop screen. Then I can do a share again. Share screen. Oh, you guys, this is taking me a while because I'm a slow Jane. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing
I hope you can hear that.
And I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. This is about Mr. Depp, isn't it?
No,
You wrote this in 2018, right?
exactly.
And 2 years prior was 2016, right?
That's true.
Okay.
That's correct. It's
So
not about
May of
Johnny, it's about what happened to me
misheard my
after.
question was May of 2016 is 2 years prior to December of 2018.
That's correct.
All right. May 2016 is when you publicly accused Mr. Depp of domestic violence, right?
I got my restraining order at that time.
And you publicly accused Mr. Depp of domestic violence.
Yes, that was attached to my restraining order, so yes.
May of 2016 is when you sought a restraining order against Mr. Depp.
That's correct, and I had to provide testimony for that.
And May 2016 is when you walked into court with a mark on your face to obtain that restraining order. Yes or no?
That was the day I walked into court with a bruise on my face, yes.
And you were photographed with that mark on your face, weren't you?
I walked out to a bunch of photographers, yes.
May 2016 is when you told the world that Mr. Depp had physically abused you during your relationship. Isn't that right?
That I had to provide testimony as part of my restraining order application, yes.
And that's how you became a public figure representing domestic abuse. Right, Ms. Heard?
From that point on, yes.
That's when you claimed you faced our culture's wrath,
That's
right?
when it started, yes.
But it's your testimony under oath that this statement is not about Mr. Depp.
It is not. It is about what happened to me afterwards.
Okay, guys.
That's the more interesting.
Did you catch that? I need you to pay very good attention here. She said, no, it is not about Johnny. I hope you caught that. Now let's keep going.
Interesting thing for me to write about.
The next statement reads, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse. This is also about Mr. Depp, isn't that right?
Not just about him, but he is included in that, yes.
Okay. Did you hear that? XXX black, heart XX black. Did you hear that? Right? So do you see how that's connected? And this is why I'm telling you it's hard to believe Amber. If you're telling the truth stays constant. 2 seconds before I just told you, she just said, no, it's not about Johnny. It took less than a minute for her to say, not just about Johnny. Now, logically speaking, she does not have to say, yes, it's about Johnny, right? Just the way the English language works, she said, not just about Johnny, which means it includes Johnny, which therefore, our case is closed. At least the case of the question that you asked me is closed. Okay, so I hope that clears up that part. So I'm gonna remove this and go back to our live. And let me, answer some questions, I guess. Like just chat with you guys a bit before we get back. Yep, we can hear. The only evidence we have seen is a video of Whitney being asked about the injury after apparently having a physical fight with Amber, and Whitney being asked about her bruises by her friends. That too. And even the testimony that Whitney gave was not making sense. You guys just go to my video after, which my channel, you will see a lot more evidence. But I also had made a video about how the staircase testimony that Whitney gave didn't actually make any sense. Amber, maybe I should show it. Maybe I should. Amber, okay, you know what? I think it's just best for me to show it because me explaining sometimes I'm not the best person. So let me just get that so that you get what I mean. It's just gonna take me a while to go through my videos. This case has been taking all my time, and I post quite a lot in a day. So okay, I've gotten it. Okay, I've gotten it. Let me see how I can add this to the screen. Yeah. So that you get what I mean. Okay, I'm really weird. Sorry that I'm doing that to you. Sorry that I'm doing that to you.
Upstairs, she's attempting to break us up. I am protective over my baby sister. When he laid hands on her, I don't know what I did, but I know I jumped in between the action.
My back to the stairs, and that's when Johnny runs up the stairs. And I'm facing Amber. He comes up behind me, strikes me in the back, in between Johnny.
Okay, just right there. Do you notice that they're saying different things? What Amber said 6 years ago and what Whitney said on the stand. Now let's get going.
Her back was to the staircase. Johnny swings at her back to the staircase, and Johnny swings at her, and I don't even wait.
Amber actually sat on the stand and.
Okay, y'all don't need to see my face. Yo, take that off. Okay. Yeah, but that video, now I will explain it in more detail. Amber 6 years ago said that Whitney was between, guys, I've even forgot what the heck I was saying, but Whitney says that she was with Amber. Johnny Depp was coming up the stairs and hits her, right? If you heard what Amber said, was that Whitney was in between Johnny and her, right? And then old Amber also said something else, which doesn't make any sense. And then she also said that Whitney was on the verge of falling down the stairs. But guys, if Whitney is in the middle of Johnny and Amber, how is it possible that she's at risk of falling down the stairs? Right? This is what I mean by Amber. Like, if you want to lie, the lies have to they have to be undisputable. That I already disputed that. And I'm like, she, even with her own self and her own testimony from 6 years ago to what she gave in the stand was very different. And she should have thought about the fact that maybe I should not say that, because if my sister was in danger of falling down the stairs, it does not make sense that she was in the middle. It makes sense if she was either on this side or this side. If she's in the middle, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And then, she don't make no damn sense. Y'all, she don't make no damn sense. Now, the only evidence we have seen is a video of Whitney being asked. I went over this. Yes, I went over that. So would it be possible Amber got a bruise or two herself from fight with her sister? Whitney says, I don't want to talk about it. There's actually videos of her and her sister going at it. And Johnny Depp also said that her and her sister actually do go at it. And there's also been evidence or rumors, let me say, of Amber's ex-wife. They were also physical with each other. And Amber says that Johnny Depp did that it's Johnny Depp's attempt to assassinate her character. Goes back to that whole thing that XX Black was talking about narcissists. Like, when you think about, Johnny Depp has not said one bad thing about this woman on the stand besides the fact that she actually hit me. That's it. But think about the amount of things that Amber Heard has made up or not made up. We don't even know, right? But that just goes back to the whole thing. Like, Amber, what are you talking about? Like, Amber is blaming every bad thing to Johnny. Video was leaked. Johnny did it. I was hit. Johnny did it. I did not donate the money. Johnny did it. There's proof that I hit my ex-wife. Johnny did it. People are attacking me on the internet. Johnny did it. Do you see a pattern? Have you seen Johnny come and attribute everything bad to Amber? No. But Amber, I was not in Aquaman. Johnny did it. So it's not that you're not a good actress. It's not that you're incompetent, or it's not that maybe they wanted somebody else for the role, or maybe natural rejection in life, like, normal people get it. No, that's not it for Amber. For Amber, it has to be someone, which is not good. And I think a lesson we can all learn from there is not to play the blame game in life. Like, sometimes life just so happens that we don't get what we want or what we deserve. It's not necessarily someone else's fault. You dig? And MRD said, Brilliant. Okay, now let's, I guess, get back. If you guys want to chat some more, let me know. But yeah, let's get back to this.
Promise that I deserve this and promise you do this. I don't deserve this. I want to move on. The statements, the attacks on me, the campaign, that Johnny has elicited millions of people to do on his behalf.
See that? Did y'all just hear that? Literally proved my point even more. Did I not just say, okay, I deserve a subscribe? Okay, I deserve it. Did I not even just tell you that every wrong thing is attributed to Johnny? So in Amber's mind, Johnny is sending millions of people to her. It can't be the evidence. It can't be that we all have eyes and we just seen this. It can't be. It can't be that. It can't be. It has to be Johnny. So if we're talking narcissist, the proof is in the pudding. I can't make this up. I'm not being biased. I'm literally what we have. And when you look at what we have without bias, you can't be on Amber's side. You can sympathize, but you can't be on her side. And if you are, you're misinformed, or you're not looking at the evidence, or you just don't want to, which is also okay. It's fine for us to disagree. Whitney also testified she was early sober. Amber has said she drinks wine regularly. And can you imagine the conflict? Two people constantly drinking and one is known to apparently be volatile? Exactly that too. And I hate how this entire case, the entire argument from Amber's side, they spent all their time wasting everybody's time in court, bringing up the fact that Johnny Depp drinks, Johnny Depp does drugs. And it's like, Amber too. Do they not do drugs together? I'm confused. Like, they were using things that are seemingly imperfect about him, drinking, drugs, whatever, to say that he's violent. And my question remains the same. If Johnny was violent, Amber has so many recordings. Amber could have had at least one. Amber could have had at least one text message that points to this. Amber could have had some evidence. Guys, at the end of this entire case, we have zero evidence of Johnny Depp being violent. Can you imagine that? What a waste of time. We have no evidence, not one thing. Did you guys see the bruise kit? I have a video on a bruise kit, literally, or Amber like just picking her lips. Like, it's, y'all can go watch all those later. Like, I have way too many videos. Like, you can binge watch for days. I don't want to bore you with like going and finding them for you, but that just goes to say that Amber, you were drunk too. Like, how are you going to say that he beat you up because he was drunk or he does not remember? I could also argue that same very argument that if Johnny Depp does not remember hitting you because he was drunk, you also don't remember that he didn't hit you because you were drunk too. Bam, bam, court over. And okay, let's get back to this.
When he Objection, Your Honor, lack of foundation.
Torture me,
Speculation.
I'll sustain
But he's not torturing you every day, man.
Amber, how have the Depp Waldman statements impacted your ability to do charitable work?
You know, I would. The only reason that people like Dr. Curry can sit up here on the stand and say I'm high functioning and do things.
Okay, guys, do you see what I mean by I'm getting so tired, like being in front of the screen this long? But y'all, where is XX heart something black? Where are you? Okay, I want you here because I want you here because I just want to keep showing you more evidence. Guys, did you hear the question? They asked her, how have these statements, stopped you from like doing your charitable work? for some reason, oh God, I gotta put my face because I'm known for my very good, facial expressions. But it's giving. Did you guys see her start to bring Dr. Curry in this? Where does Amber literally take accountability for anything? The question was, how have these statements prevented you from doing your charitable work? And Amber goes on to be like, Dr. Curry, these people. Ma'am, that was not the question. Ma'am, that was not the question. What? Huh? What do you mean? Like, not only that, you got the money and did not give it away to anyone. Okay? You did not donate it. You lied. And somehow we're all to blame. Okay. Janet said, let's have this right. Wasn't everyone believing Amber at first and she started speaking publicly about abuse, but now the public have seen she has no evidence and proof of her hitting Johnny? Exactly, Janet. Exactly. Like, I don't know what's hard about that. That's the only thing that has happened. That's the only thing that has happened. And it's giving like people believed you first, ma'am. People believed you first. But, which is why I do not believe people with no evidence. Like, you can sympathize. You can be like, I'm really sorry that happened to you. But don't go spreading hate. And later you find out that it's not even true. Like, she's talking about that she lost stuff. So did Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was dropped from everything quick. I'm confused, ma'am. You're not the only one who lost something. And do not forget that you brought this to everybody. Like, anyways. Johnny, I love your dialogue. I think I'm going to do more lives. And I love all you guys' dialogue. It's great critical thinking that we're doing. Johnny is ADHD and Amber definitely appears to be narcissistic. Narcissists often attach themselves to people with ADHD because they have bad memory. I wish they brought up his ADHD in court. Honestly, I feel like his lawyers did a bad job bringing up a few things and currently hyperfixated. Thanks for this comment. Now, that is so true. That is very, very, very true. And his lawyers did not bring up many things in court. I even have notes because while I watch the court stuff, I usually make notes because I make videos like after. And I was like, let me try to find those notes that I had made. Oh, God. Okay, so this is what I had said in my notes. No one has discredited Whitney's testimony. The doctor was not even asked if the injury was caused by broken glass. I imagine there would be shards. The expert testimony was not persuasive. Amber's team is playing games and wasting time. No one addressed the fact that Johnny Depp will have injuries in his palm if he did it to himself. The kind of impact needed to take a finger off has to be fast and from far away. She made defamatory statements, but for the person that asked me whether I think she'll win, this is what I had in my notes before, like days ago. So she made defamatory statements, but won't be held liable for it because she said she didn't write it. That might, make her win the case because she did not write it. If she actually did not write it. Although I feel like tweeting something, isn't that like, y'all let me know because, I don't really do social media much besides like YouTube videos. So I don't really know how it works, but I feel like Twitter, like if you wrote something, you wrote it. Like, so she's also countersuing him for $100 million, which is why? Why are you countersuing for $100 million? Did you lose $100 million? Like, yeah. But I think that I feel like they did a great job compared to Amber's lawyers, so we can give them that. Yes, Pennywise the dancing clown. Yes, she did get that money. She got it. Can't the public, after seeing the evidence, support the real victim? Yes, for sure, the public can support the real victim, as I've seen a lot, but we have no say in anything. He can still lose the case. But I feel like Johnny Depp, for suing her, I don't think it's about the money for him. I think it was about rectifying his reputation in the public, which I think he has done. I don't think he needs to win this case in order for him to be like, we all know. Like, even if she wins, it's not going to matter because his reputation is fixed, because we know, like, when in criminal proceedings, or like this is a lawsuit, so it's not criminal, they're not looking for the truth in this case, right? it's a defamation case. It's about money. Who can prove their case the best? Just like if you remember the case of O.J. Simpson, right? I personally think he was guilty. Like all the evidence was facing towards him being guilty, but he did not go to jail for that, right? So it is very much possible that Johnny Depp loses this case, which I think he is going to lose this case. And I'd be very surprised if he wins it. But in public perception, he's won. Okay. Amber, I'd be surprised if Amber even ever gets a job again, to be honest. But I hope that answers your question. So yeah, the public can support the real victim, but the jurors have to deliberate, of course, and make their decision. And don't forget that the jurors they don't get to see these videos. They don't get to see anything besides what's presented in court. And sometimes you're being bombarded by so many things, you forget. Like the court has been months long. They've probably forgotten some important detail. Like it's I hope. But like I said, you see how Amber's crying all the time. She's crying so much. I'd be surprised if she lost. Imagine if Johnny Depp was crying on the stand too, all the time. Exactly. Amber never takes accountability for anything, and that's narcissistic behavior. And Johnny apologizing is a sign of being gaslighted. I've been in that position. Yep, exactly. Abuse is never, a good thing, especially, when somebody does not want to rectify their actions. They don't want to apologize. That's never a good thing. Hell, maybe I should rethink this whole thing with law school. It's very interesting. Girl, sorry that I said girl. Like, I don't know if you're a girl or a boy. Yes, you should rethink this whole thing with law school. I think that if you do want to go to law school, you should. You should. You only live once. Do it. Okay, do it. Just do it. Okay, if you want to, just do it. You may have fun. You may not. I don't know. She is just trying to get rich or Johnny. Yeah, that's what I think, because why would you countersue for $1 million? No, I'm sorry. That's incorrect. She's suing for 100 million. So Johnny is suing for 50 million and she's countersuing for 100 million, which doesn't make any sense, because have you lost $100 million as a result of Johnny's actions? If Johnny has only lost 50 as a result of your actions, who do you think you are that you've lost 100? Do you know who Johnny Depp is? Anyways, rolling my eyes. Oh, Jessica Para, JD. So this person is saying, justice for Johnny Depp. Does she not think the public are curious to why she was recording Johnny from day one? When you're in love and met the one, would you be recording all this negativity? It makes people wonder. Very good thing that you caught there, Janet. Although there's actually an explanation to this. So they were seeing a therapist, and their therapist told them to record their arguments with each other because it will help them make sense of it after the argument. So I guess that's why they were recording their arguments. Although I think, what's her name? Amber Heard took it a little too far with recording him drunk and in the chair, and she just took it too far. They said record your arguments. They did not say record him being drunk and poured ice cream everywhere to use against him or instigate. The therapist did not say instigate. They said record your arguments so that you can, go through the matters later. Anyways, do you think the movie studios will want to work with him again or stay away? I think that they would want to work with him again. I don't think he's going to work with them, though. Because think about it. If people know you've worked with them for so long, think about how old Johnny is, right? He's 50-something. They should know you, and they should not be quick to let go of you like that without any evidence. I will explain this just like if you have a friend, right? And another person comes and tells you, oh my God, your friend said that you stink all the time. And then, but that's your friend. Instead of you going, would you believe a random person telling you that your friend stinks? Or will you go and be see if they do stink? First of all, find evidence that they do stink. Then once you find the evidence, you go and talk to them. Hey, here's deodorant. You don't even have to flat out tell them you stink after finding the evidence, but you'd be here's deodorant. Oh, I bought you some bath stuff, do you get what I mean? So when you translate this into this case, people should have been like, Johnny, did you like really do that? If you did, go to therapy, not drop him off of projects. And then evidence comes out later that he was actually the one that was abused. If Miss Heard wanted peace and not problems, she could have went on her way like Johnny Depp did. She did so many things to Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp kept going on his way. Not only that, Johnny Depp never even came out to say that, actually, I was the one that was abused. He kept quiet for a very long time, which that shows something. If you think about it, it shows proof of something. Good Lane Gay said, oh my God, why is this person so rude? So somebody literally just said the N word to me in the comments. That's upsetting, but I'll try to ignore it. Okay, but why take a picture of the mirror and floor and not the pulled out hurt and broken nose? It's clear in video she recorded and choosing her. Exactly what I said when I was like, the therapist said to record your arguments, not to record like stuff that you should not be recording and like instigating. Wow. Thank you so much for reporting that. But that's such a mean person. But I'll try not to get flustered by that because, if somebody's upset with their life, I get they want to come piss me off, but I'll pay them no mind. I reported all their comments. I'm sorry they did that. It's okay. They just want to share how much they don't get laid with hate. I got you. That's so sweet, Pennywise. That's okay. Let's get back to her testimony, I guess.
Like have hobbies and have interests.
Objection, non-responsive.
Your Honor, Mr. Depp gave long-winded responses yesterday.
Good. It's because I found a solution to that pain. I woke up every morning with panic attacks and trauma until I realized I could do something with it. So to answer your question, Ben, I was able to turn the things that I've lived through, my pain, my life experiences, into work, into action, into providing a voice for other people. I'm not a saint. I'm not trying to present myself as one, as you all know, but I selfishly found relief in being able to use what I've lived through to advocate for others, to bring light to these issues, to give a voice to people who don't have the voice and the platform that I have. And while I would not wish this situation on my worst enemy, if it gives a voice to someone who doesn't have it, but I now, as I stand here today, can't have a career. I can't even have people associate with me because of the threats and the attacks that they have to endure.
Objection, non-responsive.
Again, I don't know if our friend, oh God, I'm forgetting her username, HardXX Black is still here, because she is the one that had some of these questions. When you see Amber again, right? Amber goes again to say that people are not associating with her because of all the attacks that she's getting, right? She is so far removed from reality that she can't piece together that people are not associating with you because of the evidence they've seen, because they've seen that you lied, because they've seen you lie on the stand and change your mind 1,000,000 times. She can't understand that maybe that's the reason why. It's not Johnny Depp doing this. And I think that in life, even me, all of us, we can learn a lot from this case. Like, like when you're in a relationship with someone or like friendship, sometimes you argue and, things are going really bad. But how you can find or make your relationship work or whatever type of relationship is be able to think about how things got to where they are and think about your part to play in those things. In the entire case, I've not seen Amber once apologize to Johnny or once acknowledge anything as towards why their relationship went how it went. Anything wrong with her life is Johnny's fault. Now she's saying she's not booking shows or movies and no one wants to associate with her because she is being humiliated. Guys, can you not be given a job because you're being humiliated? I would imagine they would give it to you because of how much you've been through. That's not the reason. The reason is because Amber has been shown that you're, I don't want to say it, but you get what I mean by that. They say she has PTSD. Her dad was abuser. I feel she already had it before Johnny. I pro that are abused when young become abuser. You guys are the most emotionally intelligent people I've ever seen. Okay, all these comments are very well thought out and very much, in depth, because that is so true. Like, that's something I'm so like nervous about. Like, yes, probably have PTSD, especially like in your childhood. Like, our parents have so much to do with the kind of people we become. Like, if your parents are always hitting you, cannot communicate, like, no wonder relationships don't be working, because we do not know how to communicate. That's why you have to go to therapy, and you have to like try to help yourself out of what you went through as a kid. And that's the same thing with Johnny, guys. Johnny's mother was very abusive to him. Johnny literally recreated, now this is my psychology nerd coming out, recreated his dynamic with his parents. Johnny's mother used to beat him up as a kid and beat up his dad. Can you imagine that Johnny Depp went on to grow up and marry a woman who beat him up too? What is that coincidence? It's because we repeat patterns. Psychologically, we go towards what's most familiar to us. And if toxicity is familiar, fighting is familiar, conflict is familiar, that's what you're gonna go to. That's why I see people in relationships that are like, they don't want peaceful relationships, are boring, right? That goes back to them. They need problems always, basically, to feel loved. So we have to work through all these issues in ourselves, because you end up replicating your childhood and messy stuff. So even Amber, if you think about it, Amber beating up her sister, right? As you can tell, she brought that into her relationship. These people brought their toxic habits into their relationship. Instead of being like, you know what, let's work through this, let's work through that, they just came to like come together and make a whole disaster. Another red flag between Amber and Johnny Depp is how quickly they got married, how quickly they got together. Johnny Depp had a whole different woman for so many years. He didn't even marry her, but then went ahead to marry Amber. Goes back to that narcissistic tendencies of people. A narcissist will love bomb you. They are very charming. Although psychopaths do have the highest level of charm, they will love bomb you, and that's why the relationships is up and down, because the love bombing phases, then the down times, then the love bombing is so good, and that's why you stay with this person even if it's bad relationship. So now let me go through some comments. I've been talking for a hot minute. Yeah, that are abused when young become a abuser. Yeah, Pennywise, you're so sweet. This is a perfect example of how people get married for the wrong reasons and to mutate the worst version of yourself. Exactly that. Exactly that. I think that both Johnny Depp and Amber played part in the demise of their relationship. Like, your relationship cannot fail without you not allowing it. If Johnny healed his childhood and, he would not have gotten to this situation. Like I said, how was your mother abusive and you marry an abusive woman? How? It's because you've not worked through those things that you need to work through. And I don't know what this other person is talking about, but I think they're talking about Hail Hitler. I don't know what is wrong with these people today. Okay, I'm going to skip over that. Okay, it proves that there are nasty people out there who write nasty things. And if people are saying nasty things to Amber, there will be people being nasty to Johnny too. Yes, while I've been covering this case for the last few weeks, there have been people saying really nasty things about Johnny in my comments and nasty things about Amber. But I still go back to that whole, like, we were not in this relationship. All we can do is watch the case, figure out how to be better and how not to be like them. And that's it. So yeah. Also, do you guys want to do like a call-in so that I'm not talking so much? I'm so tired. Y'all had me talking for 1 hour and a half. I can't believe it. I was doing this for fun. Anyways, yeah, that's exactly right. Janet. Now, Johnny had his issue and he grew up with abuse. You can see he has moments he does things, but he also tries to walk away. I know this because I went through this as a kid. I relate so much to this as well. I'm not perfect either. I have tendencies just like Johnny because obviously, like I said earlier, our childhoods really like shape us. I have so much toxic tendencies. Like at least I'm aware of them. I think the first step is being aware. If Johnny was aware, hey, I was abused, so I'm so susceptible to narcissistic abuse. I'm susceptible to love bombing, right? Because I've never had that. Imagine having a mom that never loved you, that didn't give a fuck about you. What are you gonna do when, sorry that I literally went unprofessional and said cuss words, sorry about that, but imagine if like that was your life. The second you meet a woman, if you are a man, she's so loving, she's so nurturing, you're marry me please, ring me now, like that's what you're gonna do, right? Because you've never had that before. Or vice versa, women that never had fathers in their life, why do you think they end up with toxic men? It's because to them, they're like on a freaking high of, oh my God, somebody's giving me attention. And oh my God, somebody's doing this for me. And that's why you gotta take it slow. Take it slow so that you can, work through those things. Okay, let's not forget the public has heard Amber's nasty words to Johnny. She's not sweet and innocent. After marrying him, she mocked him, calling him old and washed up man. Honestly, can we talk about this? I don't know why a lot of women, okay, I feel like I'm someone that like would date older people. I don't know, like I just find that they're probably more mature and like, when you're in younger relationships, the person is just so immature and men take a long time to mature. So like I just don't want to deal with that. But if there's an age gap, some sort, it's always like good, I find. But I found that when women date men that are much older, they start abusing them and using that age factor against them. This is not the first time I've seen this. I've seen someone else call their husband, like I've not seen it, but I've heard, call their husband old, you old man. Did you not marry him? Did you not know that he was old before you? Okay, let me leave that alone. Okay. Sometimes you don't see the real person until you're married. It happened to me. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And that's exactly what I was trying to say about the narcissistic and love bombing. People are so like, we're humans. We're so manipulative, okay? And sometimes you don't even know that you're a very manipulative person. You don't know that, which is why awareness is so, so important. Once I know, hey, I'm susceptible, like I know myself, I have a very short temper, a very short fuse. If I know that, I'm able to go back into arguments and realize, yeah, maybe this whole blow up would not be like that if I calm down. Don't like get yourself upset over like things that you shouldn't. And like when it comes to narcissistic people, psychopaths, sociopaths, those cluster B disorders, I'm telling you, it can take 10 years for it to show. So you can even be like, people don't do their due diligence with people. People can pretend to be somebody that they are not. They can pretend, and you can think that you married the best person ever, and just you wake up one day and it's a whole different person. And you're like, who is this? That's why you never know somebody until you've lived with them. Okay, I think living with somebody exposes so many things that like you never would have thought. Like when I was younger, I truly believed I would never move in with a significant other unless I was married to them. I had all these beliefs that were cultural. But at the point that I'm at in my life now, I think it's a good idea to live with somebody because you need to know how well you cohabitate. You need to see them in their natural element. And sometimes living with somebody will show you like that you should not get married to this person. This person is abusive, because you will see and catch red flags that you would not catch going on a date, hang out 6 hours, that's it. Okay. So yeah, I'm really sorry that you didn't see the real person until you're married to them. But honestly, do not blame yourself for that. These cluster B people, and it could be any of us, there's no way, because they literally pick you for a reason. You are picked because there's something lacking in you. Just like I said, Johnny Depp did not get married to to his ex person after so many years. How did he marry Amber in 6 weeks? How did they marry each other that fast? But he was with somebody else who he did not marry. That means that the love who Amber was, had to have been close to perfection, has to have been what he was looking for all his life, that it was like, I have to marry this woman. I can't live without her. And that's what cluster B people are like. They're very charming. Like the charm is beyond. Okay, there's something called your shadow self, right? When you're younger and you're growing up, there's needs that were not met by a parent, whoever. When you grow up, you are looking for that everywhere. And people like that can see that. For example, I used to be an extreme people pleaser. I'm fixing that. But like, I will do anything for somebody to love me. Do you get what I mean? That a cluster B person is going to see that, and they're going to show you what you're looking for. If you were never heard as a child, they will hear you. If you were beat up as a child, they will be like, that was not okay. And this, your parent was so bad. Like, they will be everything you've been looking for until they're not. So we cannot blame people for getting into relationships with these people. We can't, because they didn't know. They truly did not know. So Johnny Depp probably didn't know either. XX Black, hope your channel get bigger. That's good stuff. Oh, thank you. And thanks for coming. I'm so happy all you guys came. I was so nervous to go live. You have no idea. I was like hyperventilating before I came live. So I'm happy you guys came. I'm much calmer now. Like and subscribe. Yay. You know what? Pennywise is the absolute best. I'm going to be doing more lives if you guys would like. And Penny will be a moderator because Penny is so good. All right. I feel you. Growing up with a broken mom and abusive dad, I cannot even think about being loved by anybody until never had a proper relationship because of my fears. Heart XX Black. Now I'm understanding your username, Heart XX Black. But what I would tell you, I'm sorry that you went through that. I think that before people have children, if you are here, I think this is worth listening to. You need to actually think about why you want to have children. Actually heal, take the time to heal yourself and like heal your trauma. Because if you don't, then we have somebody like Heart XX Black, whose parents were basically created somebody with so much fear and so much, like, you can't even live your life to the fullest because you are so scared and because you truly don't even know how. And Heart XX Black, I think you are somebody that should look out for narcissistic abuse, like malignant narcissists, like psychopaths, sociopaths. Those kind of people will be drawn to somebody like you because you are easier to control. Because for somebody like you and somebody like me, all you have to do is the bare minimum, and we love you, right? The bare minimum is all you have to do because we didn't even get that bare minimum. So like somebody like Heart XX Black didn't even get the bare minimum from their parent. So if somebody comes into him or her life, I don't know what gender you are, Heart XX Black, it's just going to be so easy to abuse you because of how easy it is to please you, because of the standard is so low. That's why you find people who didn't have abusive family members, they were not abused that much, their standards are so high, they're not going to deal with anything. You're not going to be abusive to them. It's impossible because they know how to be treated. But somebody like Johnny Depp does not know how to be treated. And that's why this woman cut off his finger and he stayed with her. She hit him. He stayed. How? On his honeymoon, he had a black eye. And guess what? He stayed with her. Even after the divorce, he did not say anything bad about her. Because for him, his standard was just so low. So low that whatever goes. So Heart XX Black, I know I took a while getting through this whole thing with you, but I do hope that you do end up having a proper relationship. Take the time to heal yourself. Really do that work. Because I know mom and dad messed up, but it's all you now. It's all you now, and you have to decide whether you want to live like this, whether you want to be them, or whether you want to be a victim forever. Go do the work. I know therapy is expensive. If therapy is, you can't afford it, get a book, get a journal, and journal everything that went wrong. and then start to mother and father your inner child. Whatever you think you deserved, start giving yourself that. Whatever that may look like to you, and start that journey for yourself so that you can have a fulfilling life, so that you can get the things you want, which I think you do want a relationship. You do want a happy relationship because you mentioned it. You just have fear. And there's happiness on the other side of that fear and doubt, and it's possible. I think it's possible. So, Penny, what? Oh my God, so many comments. I have definitely lost sight. Okay. I grew up with a nudist mother. I'm not into sex. People don't understand why. Oh my God, this is crazy. I'm so sorry to hear this, Pennywise, but goes back to that entire thing. Like I was telling Hard XX Black, parents have to do the work, because if they don't do the work, then there's just so many broken people in the world and so many issues. Because even Amber, if we think about Amber, the reason Amber is Amber, because someone else messed her up. And instead of doing the work and not replicating those abusive things that happened to her and hurting somebody else, like hurt people, she went and replicated it and hurt someone else. So I'm sorry about this also, but make sure, again, like the same thing that I said to Hard XX Black, you got to do the work if you do want it to change. Also, you got to forgive them, forgive your parents, and leave them where they are, and understand that sometimes they may not be changing. You may not be getting an apology. You may never get it. You just got to do the work yourself because you want better for yourself. I agree. She could have moved on, but she enjoyed the limelight when people believed she was abused. She now doesn't like it. Some people don't believe her and don't like how she would speak to Johnny. Exactly this, right? Some people, they do like to dish it. They like to dish bullshit, but they do not like to take it, which is very bad. Okay, Janet also said, we would be frightened of any abuser. That abused us. But remember, JD also had bodyguards, and she was not intimidated by this when she had her big arguments and called him many names. Exactly what I said. You are so sweet and clever. Thank you so much, Silva. I don't know if it's Silva or Sylvia, but I think it's Silva. Okay. I create TV. You are doing great. Thank you so much. Growing up in a domestic violence family, no one wins. It's such a sad situation. Honestly, let me tell you something. It's so sad. You gotta run as quickly as you can. Like the second you hit 18, if you see these patterns are wrong and you don't want this, you need to run from your family. That's all I can tell you. Run from your family and go heal. Even if it takes 10 years, you are better off leaving your hometown, leaving everything that you know, and go heal. Go find yourself, meet people, find different standards of how to be treated. Like you guys, I didn't even know how I was supposed to be treated until I left home for university, and I was around different kinds of people, and I realized, wow, that's not right. Like I was so sheltered as a kid, and I was like, wow, that's not right. Like it takes leaving your environment to even find that there was ever a problem. So no one wins, but you don't have to live like that. You don't. It's not normal. And the thing is, if you do not leave and you do not find a fix to these things, you replicate them. There's no way around it. If you don't do the work, Johnny Depp didn't do the work. That's why it replicated itself. He married somebody that beat him up, just like his mom beat his dad and him. So you got to get out of there. It'll be hard. You'll have no one. It'll be lonely. You'll cry all the time. You'll spend holidays alone. But once you get to the other side of healing and you get to who you are meant to be, I don't even know what to say after that. Janet, my stepdad refused to say my name is huge. Him, and he would push me away. He was solo jealous of my mother. He'd be nasty to me to get at her. She did not leave. Exactly. Like when people are immature, exactly why you gotta work on the bad about you. Because if you don't, guys, imagine having childish parents. Imagine having to be like the mature person of your parents. That's freaking crazy. And it's not, you don't want that. And I'm sorry that this is how it was, but it goes back to that childish parents thing. They they did not do the work, truthfully. And if they did, you would not be hurt. Like, everybody's going to get traumatized, but the level of trauma of people that had better parents, healed parents, aware parents, gentle parents, parents that were good partners to each other, that they saw a standard of how to be treated and how forgiveness, like their level of trauma is not to the level of other people. So this is just so sad. You guys are just making me so sad with these things. Yes, I know that about myself. That's why I'm so scared to be open, people. Thank you for your kind words. Honestly, opening up to people is very hard. I did struggle with that. But, start like with one person at a time. One person at a time. And, that journaling thing will definitely help a lot. One person at a time, one issue at a time. And, get through it as much as you can. Currently, I'm working on binge eating. I'm working on when I'm upset, you don't have to go eat ice cream. You need to deal with your emotions. You can't, ice cream's not going to fix it. So that's something that I struggle with. Like when I'm upset, ice cream it is, okay? And that's not good. You got to learn how to deal with your emotions. For some people, it's not ice cream. For some people, it's punching walls or punching people. Or, you got to find healthy ways to cope. And guys, don't even feel bad if you don't get it right away. It's going to take so many years. The same way it took so many years for you to be abused, for the PTSD, for you to have anxiety issues, for you to have fear of men or women, for you to hate your body, all these things, it's going to take time. And you have to be gentle with yourself. Your parents may not have been gentle with you, but you can be gentle to yourself. And you can surround yourself with people who are gentle to you as well. Rochelle. Oh my God, you guys have lost all the damn comments. There's so many. Okay. Yes, I know. Okay. Rochelle Holland. I was in an abusive marriage. There are things that you see in another when she's been abused. It's things to say, but there's almost like a kinship between you and someone else that I don't see in Amber Heard. Exactly. I've seen a lot of people that have experienced this say this as well. And yeah, and also I'm sorry that you're in an abusive marriage. I'm hoping you came out of that or at least fixed it with whoever it was. Y'all are literally making my heart so heavy just because of the amount of stuff, that I guess we all go through. I see him as being the person that's being abused. He acts like a victim of domestic violence. Yeah, I see that as well. He left my mom in the end for another woman. You're joking. Oh, my mom was turning you're joking. See, this is the thing. This is another thing when we put other people before ourselves, right? You love somebody through their mess, their bullshit. And all it takes is somebody pretty, somebody with a nicer body, somebody with more, I don't know, for them to leave you. Just like when you think about Johnny Depp and his ex-girlfriend, who he was with and had kids with. They shared so much together, and all it took was Amber. All it took was Amber. That's so, so sad. Yeah. Yes, it's Silva, and I'm from Armenia watching the trial. Yay. Wow. Thanks for watching, Silva. Forgiveness is a must. That's right. Trial. That's so true. Once you get into the other side, you'll be just fine. It's hard for a moment, but it truly gets better once you get out. So yeah, guys, Rochelle is letting y'all know because, she's experienced this. So that's firsthand experience. Seeing this abuse as a child, I can see the behavior of a victim and an abuser. Johnny is so kind and caring. People show these traits, and I'm sorry, but Amber's showing hers. I agree with that too. I agree. I got out and I'm very happy now. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm so happy for you for that. And, I know healing is not linear, and I hope you do get to, a place of, constant happiness. And yeah, I agree people should move on, and Amber didn't move on. She leaked stories after agreeing a lump sum of Johnny's money, then went public anyway, and now complaining she's no longer believed. Exactly. I think that's what happens when people don't get their way, especially those that are abusive. This person who keeps hailing Hitler, I'm going to die. Or maybe they're saying hello and it's a different language. Y'all let me know. What do you guys think this means? I don't know. Maybe they're saying hello. But I don't understand why they'll be saying hello, repeating it like this much. Anyways, I guess we're going to get back to this. Sorry for my whole tangent and like mini therapy session, but I feel like we all needed it.
And I can't sustain the objection.
Amber, other than the threats that you described, what other threats have you endured since the Depp Waldman statements were made?
I receive hundreds of death threats regularly, if not daily. Thousands since this trial has started people mocking my testimony about being assaulted, making fun of my
Objection relevance. Non-responsive.
Guys, I feel like Camila was a bit mean here. Like, I don't think you should object that. She's visibly upset, I feel. But then again, it's Amber, it's Amber. So I don't think people should be sending her death and hate, though. Like, she did what she did. She is who she is. You can't change them. Goes back to that whole thing. People like this, you leave them where they are and you go help yourself, and that's it. Because if you keep trying to help them, like one of you guys said earlier, how like your mom was there for your dad and blah, 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 blah. When push came to shove, the man just left her. So when it comes down to people like this, no point.
You can continue.
It's been agonizing, painful, and the most humiliating thing I've ever had to go through. I hope no one ever has to go through something like this. I just want Johnny to leave me alone. I just want him to leave me alone.
Huh? What?
I've said that.
Okay, I'm sorry for laughing. Sorry for laughing. Do you guys see what I mean? Where Heart XX Love? No, it's not Black Heart XX Love. It's Heart XX Black. Where are you? Do you see what Amber's doing? Amber is crying and saying she wants Johnny to leave her alone. Is he on you? Is he sitting on top of your head? Like, what? What? Guys, this is classic thing that I was talking about. What does Johnny have to do with what she's talking about? Johnny left you alone. You went and God. Yeah, I'm tired of Amber. Y'all, okay, how can I even do the schedule? If you guys want to go live again, we can. Like, we can like make a schedule that, we all like. Okay, Heart XX Black is here. Okay. Do you see what Amber's doing? She's like, I just want Johnny to leave me alone while like I'm sorry, who started this? Johnny left you alone. It's you that didn't leave him alone. And Rochelle Holland said, I hate to say it, but she's faking it. She's lying. She's that person that screams RAPE and get the person thrown in jail. Yep. There's definitely people like this, and you guys have to be careful. That's why, you got to be careful who you allow in your life, because some people will literally come into your life to ruin it. There's some people that like are just genuinely bad people. They will see you doing good and they'll come into, haven't you seen those kinds of people, or even like in movies and stuff? They have an agenda, literally. And I feel like this seems like somebody with an agenda. Okay. Seems like somebody with an agenda. And like, okay, now also another thing, Heart XX Black, notice how she said that Johnny did this, right? Like Rochelle's comment. How come she's also saying it's not about Johnny? Do you get what I mean by Amber? Amber is just Amber. She's just ambering all the time. Like like Amber Alert. Like, what do you mean? Like, how can you say it's not about Johnny, but you're on the stand saying you want Johnny to leave you alone? Come on now. And Pennywise has no life at the moment, so anytime is good. Okay, YouTube hasn't given me access to the community tab yet. I don't know why. They're taking forever, but when they do, I'll like ask you guys there so that we can make a time. Or I can just go live whenever. The weekend's coming, so we can go live. No one should go through this. But I'm guessing when people see Johnny as abusive, that him and his family went through this, that's why he took this to court. Exactly. I agree that no one should go through this. And I find that Johnny probably sued. This man does not need this money. Think about it. He does not need this money. He probably sued so that his reputation can be gotten back. And guys, can you imagine what his kids, the relationship with his kids must have been like during this? Imagine your dad's ex-wife going online doing all these interviews, and your dad is being seen as an abuser. Would you see your dad the same way? No. It probably put a strain on his relationship with his kids, however many he's got. So there's that. And thank you guys so much for reporting that guy. Thanks, Heart XX Black. She's acting. The objection was like saying cut. She stopped crying, then she got to talking again. Sorry, crying. They called action. She went into acting. This is so true. This is why I keep asking guys, Amber, I just never know whether she's crying or not. Because of how, like, if you're crying, oh God, if you're crying, shouldn't you like keep crying? Okay, since it's so many new guys here, except Penny. Penny has been an OG for a couple of days. Go just watch the rest of my videos. Like once we're done the live, you will find I've talked about Amber so much. Like Amber literally will cry, like there's no tears, or she'll like look directly at the camera and I'm like, if somebody is crying for real, would you want people to see that you're crying? You would kind of like in court, like she would do this, like, and kind of like cry so no one sees her, but she cries like she wants you to see that she's crying, and that does not seem a victim. They don't want their victimhood out there. In fact, people that are victims feel bad to be a victim. It's kind of embarrassing, so they don't want people to know. They don't want the attention. Like, how do you say you want to move on with your life? You don't want the attention, but y'all get the main gist. Y'all get it. Johnny must have been thinking, I've got this abuse out of my life, but now there's leaking stories to ruin it. Yeah, I agree. But I feel like when this relationship ended, he was probably sad, right? Because it goes back to that whole abuse thing and like how the cycle goes. He probably felt like something was ripped out of his life. It's probably, and like he missed her because human brain, right? Dopamine, up and down, happy, sad, you know? Me and this heart black person are getting a workout with report button. Yeah, literally. But thank you guys so much. Yeah, OG represente. You are awesome. Keeping in mind that her dad was so abusive, maybe she wanted those arguments and provoked them in some way. Like you said, she wanted a relationship she was familiar to in some way. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. We replicate what we've seen. Ever notice when people like come from a family that's healthy, you notice that they are able to get married again and like keep healthy relationships still. But people that don't come from that, you'll find that the mother was a single mother, they're a single mother, their daughter's a single mother, their granddaughter. Like, how does that happen? Or you found such crazy stuff, like the person was into drugs, their kid ends up like, it's just something that keeps happening because I forgot what it's called, but there's something on the genetic level. There's like a sort of genetic memory that we have, which is why you find that alcoholism runs in families. You'll find that, oh, my dad was a deadbeat and he was drunk all the time. Oh, wow, his dad was the same. Oh, wow, his dad right? Because there's some sort of genetic component to these things, right? So somebody got to stop it at some point. You have to recognize that this is a pattern and I want to end it here, you know? Maybe they should have brought the cleaner of apartments to testify. Apparently she found the pool, but did she ever see violent abuse or signs of it? Let me tell you, Janet, nobody found any evidence for Amber. Like nobody on Amber's side has been able to come besides her sister. And if the jurors were paying attention, I don't even know if they're going to show them the video. They would find a red flag with that testimony because the testimony was not making sense, my guy. The testimony was not making sense because it was 3 different stories. But you can find that on my channel if you just came right now. There's a whole video. It's Sam said hi, hello. And wherever she takes a stand, I feel like I'm watching The Dumb and the Restless. It's like watching a soap opera, right? Literally. Okay, you guys, okay, let me just show you something. While we chat, let me bring it up. I posted it like yesterday. Amber was crying about, what was she crying about? When they were reading Johnny's thing, what Johnny said about her. Prepare, okay? Prepare to be sick of this. It's a bit rude. It's a bit rude. So just, I'm preparing you mentally for the rudeness that's about to come your way, okay? So.
He gave her some shitty lawyers. I have no mercy.
Oh God, guys, I'm still figuring out how to do this thing. Okay, there we go. I was taking too long to figure it out.
No fear and not an ounce of emotion or what I once thought was love for this gold-digging, low-level, dime a dozen, mushy.
Guys, it's not even showing what I'm showing. It's showing a whole different page. Okay, give me a sec. Let me share it. Let me share it. Okay, stop. It's going to take a while for me to learn how to do this properly and like faster so as not to bore you. But this gives me kind of like, a talking break.
Pointless, dangling, overused, flappy fish market. I'm so fucking happy she wants to go to fight this out. She will hit the wall hard. And I cannot wait to have this waste of a cum guzzler out of my life. I met a fucking sublime little Russian here, which made me realize the time I blew on that 50-cent stripper. I wouldn't touch her with a goddamn glove. I can only hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her. Sorry, man, but now I will stop at nothing. Let's see if Mollusk has a pair. Come see me face to face. I'll show him things he's never seen before. Like the other side of his...
Guys, I'm actually sorry that I'm laughing. It's so rude of me. So rude of me. But first reason I'm laughing is because of this text message. I have a hard time believing Johnny actually said that. But it is proof that Johnny did say that about her. And it's not nice to say. It's very, very bad that he said that. But on the other hand of that, he seems to have been heated and upset. But you have to see Amber crying, right? It goes back to that whole thing that I was like, when you're crying and there's cameras, wouldn't you try to like hide it and like be like, let your tears roll like in peace? Now, Amber was just like, she looked like really upset. Plus, my mind was like, Amber, are you really upset about this? Or are you just playing us again? Anyways, let's keep going. But for some reason for this one, I actually felt like she was actually hurt because narcissists or people with cluster B, which she does have some sort of cluster B. I don't know what, because they're all the same symptoms. She seemed, I feel like, actually upset that Johnny said these things about her because narcissists want you to admire them, right? It's like a sense of like, you have to admire them, you have to love them. And like she was listening to somebody who I imagine she wants him to love her, or at that point in time, saying not the best things about her at all.
Dick when I slice it off. Did I read that right?
You did.
Now, not long after this, you can take that down, Michelle, thank you. Not long after this, you met Mr. Waldman in the late summer or fall of 2016, correct?
Yeah, September, October, somewhere in there, whatever.
And he's been your attorney since then, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you met with him with the Daily Mail in London in February 2020, didn't you?
I'm sorry, again?
You and Mr. Waldman together met with the Daily Mail in London in February 2020, didn't you?
Yeah, but that's all I want to show you about that. Just, you know, her like crying and stuff. But the funniest part about this whole thing was the fact that he called her a 50-cent. I imagine you can see the title, which was crazy. So let's go and see what Hardwick says. What Black gotta say? Oh yes, those patterns repeat themselves in each generation. I know from what I speak, so true. You should be a psychiatrist and not a lawyer. Want to know what's so funny? When I was a kid, I wanted to be either of these two things. And I did do psychology as well in my undergrad. So that's why I know a lot about it. And I did want to also go do like a psychology PhD, but I obviously got rejected. You know, rejection is part of life, you know? Unlike Amber, I'm not like, they rejected me because like it was somebody else's fault. You know? But yeah, maybe one day, you know, I could totally be both. Maybe one day, because I actually do like the intersection between crime, like the law, and psychology. I really like that because I don't think things are as black and white as they seem. Like people's actions are caused by something. It's not like they just killed somebody or they did this or there's reasons why. And I also like the reasons why people do blah, 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 blah. But yeah, anyways, to answer that question, the reason I know a lot about this is also because I did psychology. Now, what was the next comment? I know it's a little bit off topic trauma. We talked about it. When I was 2, I had worst trauma in my life. I saw the It movie. Stephen King, you probably know where I am. I actually don't know. This movie. You know what? I will go find it and I'll watch it. And I'll go find a comment somewhere of you. And then I'll like respond to it. Or like when we go live another time, I'll like give you my 2 cents after watching that so I can actually understand what you're saying. If there was so much violence and evidence, why are there so many rumors Amber and lawyers tampering with evidence? Exactly. Oh my God, I think they did tamper with evidence. Yeah, they did. Yesterday, you guys, during the court, these people were trying way too hard. It was like, okay, so the case is ending, right? And they're bringing up stuff that they've never talked about the whole trial, which begs and Johnny Depp even said, I don't know what you're talking about. I think you probably made those text messages last night, which makes sense because they may think that they're losing the case, so they have to come up with stuff. And yesterday, it was quite funny. Now, after dealing with 10-year trauma, I'm obsessed with it's my favorite character in any horror movie, and I've always been a fan of horror. Oh my God, I'm going to go watch this movie so I actually, know what you're talking about. You are 30 now. Wow, your life has just begun, literally. The best time of your life is about to start, Penny. And to be clear, I'm not crazy. Honestly, we're all crazy. At least I know I'm crazy. I'm sorry, but if someone threw a whiskey bottle and done with what Champagne did to his hand, why are we supposed to send a nasty? Janet, your critical thinking skills are too good for me. Okay, you're too good. Like you hit everything on the nail. Okay, exactly. Like probably send that nasty text out of so much anger. We've all done something like that before, where I've actually not. Like I don't have that really good abusive vocabulary. Like I just don't have enough abusive words in my mind. Besides, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're evil. Oh, another thing that I like to do is call people like narcissists because that's all like abusive lingo. But Johnny Depp is a very good abusive person. Like he can literally read someone. And that was a very good reading to Amber. And I understand why he said that. Like so much bad has happened. And now you're saying all these things that I did to you that I didn't do. Any reasonable person, like it would be weird if Johnny Depp stayed kind throughout. That would kind of make him not human anymore, I find, because He has emotion, he has feelings, he gets upset, he gets hurt. You know? Is he wrong to be angry and send a nasty text message when he lost a fingertip from a moment? Definitely not. Definitely not at all. So yeah. Y'all, I need water. I'm tired. How about I end this live now and I come back after court. Court ends at 5. Yeah, that's the end of 5. Or like I come back like later on in the day, like 7 or something. Because y'all see, my water is finished. It's been 2 hours. I literally did not expect anyone to show up to this live, literally. And I'm mind blown. And I'm so grateful that you guys actually why are we so surprised he got angry? I'm honestly not surprised that he got angry. It's reasonable that he got angry. I just found it funny, like how he read her, like the amount of words and just I'm like, how does somebody have this much vocabulary? Like, it was so funny. Like, just imagine him actually saying that. It sounds hilariously funny. To me, at least. He didn't even say that much bad things besides, I guess, 50 cents, whatever. And I guess he was upset that he wasted his time, which is reasonable because he actually wasted his time, right? Imagine you married somebody for life. You did not marry them for 2 freaking seconds. If he wanted 2 seconds, he could have just... You get what I mean? And left if that's what he wanted. But it seems like Johnny Depp wanted a life with her. I imagine that's why people marry people, because they want to spend forever, not 2 days. And yeah, so guys, I think I'll come back at 7 p.m. or 8 and we can like go live again and chat because y'all, I'm tired. It's been 2 hours. I need water. My throat hurts because, you know, I definitely was not ready for 2 hours. I was not even ready for anyone to show up. I was just going to talk to myself. So I'm really, really happy that you guys came and I learned a lot from you. And, you know, I'm so sorry, like, about some of the trauma you guys have experienced. It literally makes me so sad. And, you know, it's sad that we've had to, you know, experience things that we shouldn't. You know, your parents are supposed to protect you. There's like, that's supposed to be the most constant love, the best place to be, you know? And it's sad that for literally everyone, except I think one person, that has been the reality. And I'm sorry, but y'all, I'm gonna have to come back later because I'm hungry. I imagine you're hungry. Next time I'll come with snacks, although I feel like that's so unprofessional, like if I'm just eating in your ears, like, so that's not fun. But we're gonna make lives a thing that we do all the time. I was planning to start going live in August. Like if any of you guys study, because I'll be studying then mostly. But I think this is a good thing to do. Go live and just talk about our issues and like just talk. It's very therapeutic. And I imagine for the people that, you know, did type what happened, I imagine you probably feel better. I hope that you feel better in some way. And you feel validated because your trauma is definitely valid. Don't let anyone tell you like what you went through isn't what you went through, or like you shouldn't be upset, or that you should be over it. It's fine if you're not over it. It's fine if you're 50 and you're still mad. It's okay. Okay? It's okay. And yeah, I will go live again. I'm going to read some of the comments and come back at 7, 8 p.m. I will try to make a community post, but I doubt YouTube has put it there. It has not put it there yet. So I have no way to communicate with you besides a comment to this live. I'll save this live so that you guys can obviously rewatch it. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like turn your post notifications on. So if I do go live, you are notified. Yeah. Thanks for having us. I recommended the ministers in terms of movie I was talking about. I'm going to actually look it up and I will be telling you. I'll be telling you right after, like when we go live again, I'll tell you what I find. It's a long drawn on case. People just interested in outcome shocked at the founder of lies. Exactly. The case has really dragged on. Like it's been a month. I literally thought that I was only covering it for 2 weeks. Then yesterday I was just scrolling and I'm like, oh my God, it's been 4 weeks. So it's been a long time. She didn't sign his prenup and possibly knew if he left, she could take him the cleaners. Oh my God. I didn't even know she didn't sign the prenup. That's crazy. Johnny will be okay. Imagine Amber will hook her claws into someone else down the road to maintain her lifestyle. Maybe some producer or director. Let me tell you something. And United We Stand, let me tell you something. Amber was dating Elon Musk and got Elon Musk to donate money in her honor, in her name, in her honor. Oh my God. Amber, what is Amber's honor, y'all? Okay, I'm being a tad bit mean. But what honor does Amber got? Anyways, so yeah, you are correct about that. And Janet, she possibly knew the longer the marriage lasted, she got bigger settlement. Yeah, that's true. Considering he had a black eye on their honeymoon, like y'all were fighting already. So we'll chat later. Thanks for coming. You have no idea how happy I am that you guys came. And I'll see you later today. Subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you actually do know when I do go live, because the community tab doesn't exist yet. I don't know why it's taking so long for them to give it to me, because I don't know why, but it's not there yet. So I'll see you guys later tonight, and stay good, stay cute, and stay thinking. I like all your thoughts.